Hey everyone, just want to let you know before the podcast started that the Great Things Tampa Bay app has been released. So go on your mobile device, just go to your app store and look up Great Things Tampa Bay, and it should show up there. If you have trouble finding it, there will be a link in the show notes. You can also go to greatthingstv.com/app. That's greatthingstv.com/app.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Super exciting. We're getting ready to get everybody on the bus and head across the country and create some really amazing products and get people on board and get some incredible traction as we do it.
Hey everybody, this is Kyle Sasser, and this is Great Things Tampa Bay, episode 36, and today we're talking about StartupBus. So I'll give you the quick rundown. This episode is going to be a little bit different than most because I captured a lot of audio over a few days. To be completely honest, I captured more audio on the first day than the remaining 2 days. So I'm going to jump in and narrate some things just to kind of fill in the gaps. But basically, StartupBus is a good way to think of it is Shark Tank on a bus. So they load up a bunch of people from various cities in the country. So Tampa had a bus, New York had a bus, Mexico, like northern Mexico, they had a bus. There was one coming out of Detroit. So everyone from these locations around the country load up on a bus, and they travel around the country for 3 days. In those 3 days, you have to put together a product and a company, and and that's not theoretically, like you actually have to put a product together some way, somehow, and get it out there and get some product development and all that good stuff. So as you can imagine, trying to do that on a bus with very limited Wi-Fi and not a lot of tools is very challenging. But honestly, it was a great experience. If you have any sort of entrepreneurial spirit, it's definitely a great experience. I'm not sure if I would do it again. It was a lot to take in, but it was definitely a lot of fun. I'm glad I went. So just to kind of set the stage here, we all met in Tampa, Florida, down at the convention center, and basically we all loaded up, and then we headed to Orlando, and the pitches started pretty much as soon as we got on the bus and on the interstate. And then probably about the time we hit Plant City, we started having to pitch our product. So everyone stood up, gave their pitches for their ideas, and and then everybody kind of decided on what everybody wanted to work on. So and the bus could split into as many teams as they wanted. So if everyone liked one idea, everybody could pile onto one. If everyone liked 3 or 4 ideas, then you could split into teams and work on it that way. So anyway, here's some audio from that day. This is Kyle Sasser. It is the morning of April 27th, 2018, and we're getting ready to board the startup bus here. I'm here with Robert Blacklidge.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Super exciting. We're getting ready to get everybody on the bus and head across the country and create some really amazing products and get people on board and get some incredible traction as we do it.
Yep, it's good stuff. So what are we currently doing right now?
Well, we're getting everybody together, right? A lot of this has to do with a lot of incredible people, and when you get people together, there's always that wrangle factor, and Tampa's incredible traffic is just so amazing. So we've had 2 accidents on both directions of 275 this morning, making that delay a little bit later than we'd expect, but we'll be getting on the roads here shortly.
Yeah, and it's not too late.
No, it's not too bad.
Especially, how many people are we going to have on the bus, or should we have on the bus?
About 20 individuals we'll hear, and we're going to have a couple of surprises on the route. So it'll be pretty exciting.
Pretty exciting. So getting 20 people together to do anything is obviously a challenge. Not unexpected that we're waiting on a bus here.
Sounds good. I'm super excited.
Woo! So I'm here with Tatiana, and she has a pretty interesting pitch. What's your plan?
My plan is still in the process of being defined, but at least for right now, I want to create an app that will allow users in the Tampa Bay area to see what local businesses have to offer as far as specials and their menu prices, and basically just encourage people that are visiting, people that are local that don't explore that space, and possibly new developers or people moving into town that just recently moved here to find out about what affordable restaurant deals there are.
Yeah, there you go. So it's interesting. What sort of challenges do you see?
Currently, I am trying to figure out how to monetize it so that it's sustainable with all the data storage and et cetera. But that's really the biggest issue right now, and just kind of trying to refine the idea so that it is something that not just like it wouldn't be just me using it.
Although if you get great deals, with the user of one yourself, not necessarily a bad deal. But you do have the direct monetization there from where local business owners would be possibly be interested in advertising on there, or something like that.
Yeah, I did think about ads as well as a possibility.
Or I can tell you one other thing. Most of the little neighborhood magazines you see around, so most of those are actually paid placements. So every feature on a local restaurant or a realtor or anything like that, those are usually paid.
Oh, okay.
So maybe, you could do a more in-depth review or menu something on that.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Just idea.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely spin that around in my head.
There you go. It's all about the ideas, right?
It is.
All right, so we stopped over here at Full Sail over in Orlando, and we're taking on some more startup buses. So should be exciting. Hopefully we can get some more pitches and a little bit more input and all those sorts of things.
I rode StartupBus in 2014 for the first time, and then last year I was a conductor, and this year hopped on as a mentor. It's a really, really fun time. The best part is just getting to know one another and have a lot of fun. So the first year that I did this, I'm a hyper competitive person. I'm sure a lot of you are too. And so I was too focused on winning the competition, and I just made it way more stressful than it needed to be. And so the most important thing to focus on is to have fun on the bus and to hang out with each other and to help each other, because you're all going to need, we're going to form teams, but everyone's going to need help from each other, and that's going to make it the best experience for everyone. And so it's a great learning experience. You're going to be able to start a company in 72 hours while on a bus. It's going to be a crazy story that you're going to be able to tell for the rest of your life about what you did on this trip. And then you'll stay connected with everyone on the bus for the rest of your lives, and you'll make some cool connections, and you'll learn a lot. And some of you might even pursue the business after building it. Who knows? But the most important thing is to have fun. And that's, I can't say it enough. So I'm here to help. I'm here to serve you guys. So whatever you guys need from me, I have a company called Party Tutor. It helps college students find local deals and events happening around college campuses. And so I'm kind of specialized in branding and marketing and product development. I'm not a developer myself, but so yeah, I'm here to help, and I'm excited that you guys all join. It's gonna be a blast.
Dude, I remember judging your pitch idea. I think it's still the same one that you're doing. It wasn't like the Venmo for you pay $5 a month to this fund, and then you have your favorite singer shows up, Justin Timberlake, and you just fund that. Was the same one?
That was Kevin's.
Oh, that was Kevin's? Oh, all right, never mind.
He said, never mind.
Never mind. Your idea probably wasn't that sexy, was it?
Hello, my name is Rosemary Morales. A little bit about myself. I recently retired from the U.S. Army. So I am an Army veteran. I was the healthcare administration officer for 11 years, and I retired as a captain, and I led over 230 personnel. And
Wow.
yeah, so I have a master's in healthcare administration, so now that I'm out of the Army, I wanted to continue utilizing my healthcare experience, and my business venture is home care. So I'll be providing non-medical care for the elderly, but my target market will be veterans. So the problem is that a lot of veterans don't know how to navigate the VA website, the Veterans Affairs website, and know how to apply for these benefits that are out there for them. So what my business will do is that I'll be with them from beginning to end. So what does that include? Is that I will fill out their application for them, and I will provide them a no-interest loan. So this loan will pay for their care so they can start getting care immediately and not have to wait until the VA approves their care. And then I will also provide 24/7 support, so they could always have somebody that they could ask any questions or anything related to their care. And how will this happen? So I'm gonna have a group of lawyers that specialize in this, and then they're gonna actually fill out the application, so it's almost guaranteed that you're gonna get your benefits approved. And then I'm also gonna have a call center that I'm gonna hire, a virtual call center, and they're the ones that are gonna be into the phone calls 24/7. And that is my business venture.
All right, so just had lunch at a Publix over here in Orlando, and trying to fix a little Wi-Fi issue we're having with the bus, which, as you might imagine, is a little important on a bus full of software developers and internet marketing gurus. So hopefully we got that all wrapped up, and we'll have some great Wi-Fi, and we can put together some great products here in the next few days. All right, so state your name.
Name's Edward Sanchez.
All right, Edward. So Edward's on my team. Edward, what are we doing here?
We're creating a application for golfers, so that way they can find a partner that they most connect with. A lot of times you have golfers who maybe are going to a conference, they're going to a new state, and they don't know the golf area or have anyone to play with. So with this application, they can actually look up where the golf courses are near them and who is currently playing, and if there's a group of people that they connect with most, that way he or she can meet up with them at the golf course and play around the golf, and the main thing is have the same similarities that they have. So like, if I like to gamble while I play golf, maybe they like to gamble, we can connect with each other. If I like drinking, or maybe I'm not a drinker or a social drinker, I can find other people who are not other social drinkers, but we just have, conversations. So
and we thought about adding a political component, but I don't know if that's going to make it into the final product.
Yeah. So I mean, it depends. It depends on what you like as a person, and with this application, what you can do is, figure out what your characteristics are, find other people with those same characteristics, and meet up with them. That's the awesome part of it.
All right. So how much of this do we have completed?
Right now we're in the validation phase. We're looking at some type of questions that we could ask people to kind of validate the idea, see if it works for them. We're also looking at competitors and determining what the pain points are for other people who are trying to get on those apps, and what they're experiencing, and how we can differentiate from them. Maybe we can make something completely different in a way that maybe it makes it easier to use for the user, or maybe the experience is just going to be a lot better. So just differentiating ourselves from the competition is another thing that we're doing.
Yep, and I can tell. So my part in this is currently research, since I'm familiar with the golfing process. And I got to tell you, put some pretty lackluster selections out there. So what sort of results have we been getting on the research?
Well, we've got a lot of good names, but I'm not sure if we have a lot of good. That's not even a word. I'm not sure if we have many good selections to choose from. A lot of the apps that we've already run into, it's already hard to get on the app. It's hard to make a profile. I think one of the things that we tried was we created a name just by typing random letters in, and it still didn't work. So finding a US-based application that actually works so far is an issue with our competitors, and already we can see we can capitalize on.
So the competition seems slim.
the competition does seem slim as of right now.
That's good. That's good news for Team Link to Link, which is our working title.
Working title, because Link to Link is technically taken. It was purchased by somebody and it's on the market for sale for some ridiculous amount of money. So another factor that we're doing is trying to figure out a good name that we can use that'll capture that audience as soon as we say it.
All right. Thanks for the update. All right. I need your name.
My name is Kim Moore.
All right, Kim, what are we doing here?
We are creating the best app ever to help link golfers to like-minded golfers.
There you go. There you go. So what is your role currently on this team?
Well, I think I'm part of the creative process,
I like it.
helping to brand it.
Yep. So your expertise is marketing and personality and all that good stuff.
Yes.
All right. Perfect. Do you have any ideas that you're working on currently?
For myself,
For the golf app.
for the golf. Well, we were working on the validation questions and just a way to collect information from people to really help them in the best way possible to serve their needs.
All right. I love it. Thank you. Tatiana. Sorry, she had her headphones in. Tatiana, right?
Yes.
Yes, I got the name right. All right.
Hi.
Well, I already got your name, but state your name again and tell us your role on the team.
I am Tatiana, and I am a developer. I am currently working on brainstorming a Draft 1 mock-up and trying to also combat the issue of the name.
All right, yeah, because we still don't have a name. The golf space is very, very populated, so hard to find a good name. What's your ETA on all that?
Project management is not my strongest suit right now. So
Okay, do I need to give you a deadline?
I don't need a deadline, but I can't give you an ETA right now.
All right, we'll come back to you. Thank you. All right, who wants to be on the podcast?
Sure, I can be on the podcast.
All right, so this is one of the other teams on the bus here. They're not the golf app bus.
What's our motto? Take it first. Straps down. Straps down.
All right, so I just need a.
Strap down. Straps up. Straps down.
There you go. I just need a name, what you're working on, and your pitch if you want to give it.
Yeah, so my name is Lance Robinson. We are creating a product called Dad Sack, and what the product is effectively it's a diaper bag for dads with a baby carrier built into the backpack. So when you're not actually using the baby carrier, you can pack it away into the pack, but also still use all the functionality of the diaper bag itself and still carry everything. Right now, we're working on some taglines and figuring out how we're going to blow it out on social media.
Wait. I thought you had the taglines to end all taglines.
We have
there.
some taglines. We got, straps down, sack up, dad sack.
I gotta.
Straps up. Sack down.
Strap down, sack up.
We got the sack situation situated over here.
There you go. There's plenty of men, putting their heads together. And I do want to point out this is an all-male team, right?
Yeah, it's a dad and a couple future dads.
Yeah. So, all right, cool. Any big plans in the next few miles?
Launch a Kickstarter campaign on Indiegogo.
Sorry, let me get your name first.
My name is Vanel Mark, and we are launching a Kickstarter campaign this weekend on Indiegogo.
There you go. So if you're looking for a dad sack, there you go. Anything else you want to add? So I can go on different groups.
No, just get your dad sack. DADSAK.
Yep, and much shock all around that URL was available. So congratulations.
Thank you.
If anyone's in the market for a gift for Father's Day, it's definitely a good Father's Day gift. Father's Day is right around the corner. Go to www.dadsack.com. www.dadsack. This is not a gag gift. This is a real gift. Dadsack.com.
Yep, there you go. Thanks, fellas.
So I'm gonna come up.
gonna come up with a good like.
What's that?
The internet keeps going out.
What do you mean? Do you want a copy of the file? Yeah, I'll give it to you. I'll pull the card.
So are you guys big?
All right. Who wants to talk back here? Who's in charge? Rich. I need your name and what you're doing.
What do you want? Sorry, say again.
So I'm interviewing all the teams and just getting names and what they're doing.
My name is Richard Kim, and I'm working on PolitiTrust. We basically we bring more transparency and trust to political elections by providing data on your politicians. For example, we provide data such as politicians' biggest donors and the stances that they take on bills and legislation.
All right, perfect. What anything that prompted this, or what prompted you to solve this problem?
What prompted me to try to solve this problem? In my day job, we have a couple clients that are politicians, and we're just ready
to be unnamed.
Yeah, to be unnamed, and it was just like I've always been frustrated at with. Yeah, I've always been frustrated by how the lack of transparency that political process has had, and especially after looking at some of the clients that we work with, and the thing with Mark Zuckerberg, the Senate hearing. It's very clear that some people need to move out and some new people need to come in. And I think everyone has this. Like, it's not just me. Like, everyone has this lack of trust with politicians, and people want to learn more about them and make informed decisions and be okay with those decisions.
So mainly the focus just on facts more than like filtering through news organizations or other groups and things like that, right?
Right. So basically, if you're listening to this, it's ask yourself. Okay, like the last 5 people that you voted for, do you know whether they voted for or against certain bills or legislation? Yeah, like you might have voted for them because of their campaign, and you believed in the same ideals that they were talking about. But do you 100% know whether they walk the talk? Do you know who their biggest donors are?
So the answer to that is usually no. They have not walked the walk.
So it's like, if it's no, how do you make sure that they're kept accountable, right? And if you put this data openly, and it's for everyone to see, it's a lot easier to find out, who's being real and who's not.
All right, I like it. Is there any? Do you have like a website registered or anything like that yet?
We just bought PolitiTrust.com.
Hey, there you go. That's great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. Thanks, guys. All right. So we're off the bus. I'm here with
Jatia.
All right. Jatia, right? All right. Jatia, what do you think of the experience so far?
It is amazing. Being able to connect and create with a bus full of just dynamic entrepreneurs and developers and designers. It's truly an amazing experience.
All right, which team are you on?
I am on PolitiTrust.
PolitiTrust.
Yes.
the back of the bus.
The back of the bus.
All right. How's it going back there? All right?
It's going well. We have worked on our logo. We just developed our website. We're now connecting our domain to our website. We're getting ready to go live. And we are working on contacting our influencers and getting our marketing strategy down.
Scale of 1 to no chance in hell. How likely is it for y'all to have a working product tomorrow?
1. We're getting it done.
All right, I like it.
Working model by tonight.
I like it. I like the confidence. All right. Name?
Walter Matthews.
All right, Walter. What team are you on?
I am on. I just totally blanked. Team Dad Sacks.
The Dad Sack. Yep, definitely the fun team to be on, right?
We're trying to be. I think our product will be fun.
So y'all are actually doing like product development and prototyping on the bus, right?
Absolutely. So we've got a guy that actually makes backpacks for a living, and we presented an idea to him. The light in his mind just went off of what we could possibly make. So we were actually in the process of prototyping an actual combination. It's kind of a surprise, but a backpack baby carrier, and hopefully we'll have that prototype done later this evening. Hopefully by midnight.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, that's a very short time, because we literally stopped at Walmart to buy supplies, like 2 hours ago, something like that?
Absolutely. And we were scrambling about. We all went to different sections, and we found all the products, and we brought them together on the bus.
Well, that's good. So what's the slogan?
Oh, I just totally blank. I think, what is it? Strap up, sack down? Strap down, sack up. There we go.
That's it. All right, what's your name?
Barrick Wimberly.
All right. Barrick? Like the Army barracks.
Yeah.
I remember, yeah. So what do you think? What do you think about the group? Are we too wild?
No, not at all. Not at all. I've had some very wild groups, and this one's tame by comparison.
All right. What's the wildest group you've ever had? And they will never hear this, so.
It's a group that I had from South Florida. They were a Portuguese group going up to New York and Canada to tour, and they were very wild, very loud.
They were having some fun?
Yes, they were having a lot of fun.
So were they younger or older?
They were mixed in age, but they were probably middle age, anywhere from 20 to 40.
Okay, all right, so that's not bad. For some reason, I always think like everyone thinks that the young kids are the party hounds, but from what I've seen, it's the 40 to 60-year-olds that can really get it. So,
and even some of my senior groups can be pretty wild at times.
That's good stuff. Well, hey, thanks for driving us around. We really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. It's a pleasure.
So that pretty much wraps up day one. We ended up in Gainesville, Georgia, which it's a pretty good haul. We went from Tampa to Orlando, and then north up through Georgia, all the way to North Georgia, and stayed in some cabins. It was a pretty enjoyable place to stay. Very, very beautiful. Lots of nice scenery. And yeah, woke up bright and early the next morning, and we headed over to had some breakfast, and then we headed up to Nashville. And Nashville, we met with some of the other. We actually met with another bus, and then we stood in front of a panel of judges and pitched all of the business ideas, which, with 24 hours practice and, refinement of the process and the products, it went about as well as you can expect. So here's a little bit of audio from day two. So it's day two of StartupBus. We have arrived in beautiful Nashville, Tennessee. How's it going today?
It's awesome today. I mean, we've had a kind of a rough start this morning. We all were working pretty diligently on the bus, but we had problems with our Wi-Fi, so we didn't get a chance to move as forward or get as ahead of what we wanted to do, but we're slowly making it the time back up. We're working on our pitches. We have to memorize our pitches. So far, all in all, we're doing a good job and forward.
Did we get some good feedback on the surveys?
I thought we got some great feedback on the surveys. The people that did take it, over half of them were having the issues that we considered were pain points. So we had to pivot our pitch just a little bit and readjust the questions that were stated in our pitch. But overall, it was a successful run of our survey, and we had to do it again so that way we can get some additional feedback.
All right, perfect. Anything that you're looking forward to working on and for the rest of the day?
Yes, I plan and will execute the completion of the mock-up and have everything ready and start working on the actual code for the prototype. So hopefully I can get both ready by the time the competition starts, but for sure the mock-ups will be done today for a prototype.
Perfect. And what did you think of the mountains?
The mountains were amazing. This is actually my first time being in this area, and it's my first time seeing mountains of that size. The first time I saw mountains were the mountains of Florida, which are hills compared to that. So that was definitely
once in a lifetime change, kind of.
No, not once in a lifetime. You're going to get back up here.
Yeah, but definitely something new that I meant life changing.
All right, good. Well, we got to get to work. We're here at 8th Street or something like that here in Nashville. So we got work to do. So I gotta bow out. So your name, and are you on a bus or?
Hi, my name is Stephanie Hoskins. I'm actually on the Dallas bus heading to New Orleans, and we had this great chance to interact with the Florida bus, and my favorite part of it was definitely Buddy Bunker. I'm really excited because my husband and I, we have this problem all the time where it's very difficult to get a group together to go golfing on the weekends, or if you just have a random, Friday afternoon off, it's hard to find people. Sometimes we don't even want to golf together. So this is great. I mean, we'll both sign up for sure.
Yeah. And just like from a personal and team perspective, we appreciate this very much because we kind of got a little shade up there from the from the panel.
It was definitely not a room of golfers, like at all. You could tell just from their comments. When he was like, "You should say you're trying to get on the green in 2 on a par 3," and I was like, "You bogeyed." Best case, like not a golfer, yeah.
Thank you so much. So our actual pitch up in Nashville didn't go terribly well. Honestly, we got kind of raked over the coals a little bit. Not a lot of golfers in the Nashville room. But, we did have one person come up to us and tell us it was a great idea. So, that kind of made it all worthwhile. After Nashville, we turned the bus right back around and headed back to Gainesville, Georgia, and went through my favorite drive from Chattanooga over to Blue Ridge, and then from Blue Ridge down through I forget the name of that road there. Anyway, it's tremendously curvy, and we were in this 50 some odd foot coach, and everyone was basically about to lose their lunch. But I was sitting up front and center enjoying myself because hey, I love the mountains. So we get back to the cabin, and I fall asleep because I'm old, and wake up the next morning. And yeah, Tatiana, our developer, she had stayed up all night trying to bang this out with not a lot of success. And then we also, the CEO of StartupBus also stopped by, so I was able to get some time with her and get some questions answered and all that good stuff. So let's roll that audio. All right, we're here. Started day 3, StartupBus. Woo! Give us a run through of the last 6 or 8 hours, Tatiana.
For the last 6 to 8 hours, I have been awake.
What have you been doing?
I have been chugging Red Bull until I'm dizzy in the face or head, or dizzy. I'm a developer, so I am doing things to make our web app work because I was under the impression that I could do a prototype for the pitch and be fine. And then that was the morning. So I'm like, okay, cool. Because before then I was going to build the application, but I was like, what's the functionality going to look like? I'm having issues in making this a reasonable request. I'm dizzy.
You should probably not drink so many Red Bulls.
I did ask on the bus, like, what's like the okay limit, lethal dose of like cans of Red Bull? Because I'm like, according to Kim, who's like all holistic and stuff, she's like, it's all sugar or some shit. And I'm like, no wonder I love it. It's fucking amazing. This is the only one I really love.
Yeah, it's got like turmeric, I think, or not turmeric. That's a spice. It's got some stuff in it.
So I was just like, maybe I shouldn't chug so many. But like in college, it's like the Red Bull girls, like bring free wonderful tiny drinks.
Well, in college you do a lot of things that probably aren't good for you long term. So
yeah, like drink apple juice on a daily basis. Kind of stopped doing that. That's awesome. And so I ran into issues overnight, and then
did you have Wi-Fi?
I had Wi-Fi in the room the first night. It was amazing. Took granted of that. Took it for granted a little bit, and. Wait, no, I didn't. I used it anyway. So point being, I'm rambling. I'm sorry. I'm tired. Heads up.
All right. So what are we doing? What are we doing right now? So found out
at night, end of the day, that I need to actually make the application. So I was like, fine, fuck it. I'll just stay up 24 whatever, get it done, knocked out execution style. Then I got to the cabin, and then there's no fucking Wi-Fi. So there's a fucking mess that I'm having to deal with right now because I have been doing mock-ups at night, / talking with other buspreneurs, and 6 a.m. is when I started working on this. And I was delightfully reminded to keep it simple, which is a very good advice, because I am more of a, not perfectionist, but I would like it to look good. This is my extending of my being. I create it.
Build the house before you worry about what color you're going to paint it.
Yeah, that analogy still isn't catching. So I just did the landing page, so woo for that, because I wasn't sure if I did a deadline. I learned from you when you kept bugging me with the stupid deadlines, and you're like, you're going to have to do that for yourself. I was like, you're right. So I created a deadline. I started at 6. I was like, I'm going to fucking finish this landing page before 9. And then if I do that, then maybe I can sleep on the bus for a little bit, like at 10 o'clock or something like that. And so I did it.
Because I was going to ask you, it's like, what's the goals for the day?
To get the whole fucking app done. Like, what do you mean?
By what time?
I cannot answer you that Jedi mind trick, because it's dependent on internet. It's dependent on my understanding of this SDK. I've never dealt with SDKs before. This will be my first time. I'm sure I'll get it, but I can't give you a time frame.
Goals or dreams with a deadline.
Listen, I'm just trying to make this shit work.
All right, thanks.
Those are goals for the day.
Thanks, Tatiana.
I think it's been every buses are running. I mean, that's the MVP essentially. Every buses are working really hard on the products. Like I went on 2 different buses so far to see what's going on, and I mean I have tears in my eyes just seeing like everybody working really hard. Like the progress they make in the past 2 days has been phenomenal.
Awesome. What's any big obstacles or anything that any of the buses have had to overcome?
Well, I mean, it's a road trip. There's always adventure there. There's always a lot of moving parts, things that are unexpected. So we had to deal with a couple contingencies, like, buses can break down, and it did,
Never a good feeling.
Wi-Fi is always spotty, highway Wi-Fi. It's good to have your own hotspot for that reason.
It is. I know I've been leveraging my phone extensively with the team I've been working with. What any goals or things you'd like to see happen between here and arriving in New Orleans?
Yeah, so StartupBus is not like an ordinary hackathon or startup competition. Our goal really is that we want everybody to be transformed by the end of the competition. And to do so, we set a really high goal of launching a working product by the end of this bus journey. And everybody's really pushing hard to this common goal. And I realize how this common goal is uniting everybody together. Every bus really diverse this year. Every bus is really diverse this year. So you have a whole bus of Muslim, Jewish, Amish people working in one team. You have women, men, trans people, gender non-conforming people all working in one team. Everybody got to know each other and realize that as long as they're all working in the one common goal, anything can happen.
Yeah, and I know, so the project that we're working on is a golfing matchup app for people who like to play golf. Yeah. And pretty much everyone on the team has never played golf before, but they love the idea and they were looking forward to working on it. So
nice. You get to talk to a lot of people who play golf.
Yeah. So any
who might also be investors.
Yes. Go where the money is, right?
Yep.
Do you have any longer term goals that you want to hit, long term visions or anything like that? And you can take a minute. I have an editor that takes care of all that.
We actually hit a lot of our goals this year, so we're very proud about that. We have our first ever Detroit bus and also the first ever Texas bus. So we're reaching out to a lot of new communities, not just in the coastal Silicon cities, but also in the central parts of America. Yeah. And we bridge them together, and we're very proud of that.
Yeah. How many buses are there total?
So there are 9 buses. So first of all, there's also the 9 bus routes. So it's definitely one of the highest we ever had. And we also have the first ever women and TGNC in blockchain bus. So that's really cool. So it's like all women and also like GNC people, and also they all working on blockchain projects together. So that's one of our number one routes this year. There's the star.
Yeah, and I have their social media presence is pretty good because they've been showing up in my Instagram feed and stuff like that. So they've been doing a good job on their marketing.
Oh yeah, and they you can see them doing some of the craziest things and also all the cool things in the road trips, you know.
Yeah, I saw they were doing yoga outside the bus. Was the Instagram picture I saw this morning. So
while they're pushing the bus.
Hey, adapt and overcome, right?
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
So pretty much day 3 after we left Georgia, we just headed southwest across Alabama, all the way down to beautiful Biloxi. I mean, it's Biloxi. They have the big ass casinos there. I mean, it's it is what it is. So we checked in the hotel room there and basically just walked across to the casinos and got some if you're asking if I gambled, the answer is no. I don't gamble. I don't think there's anything wrong with gambling. It's just not something I enjoy doing. There was some other folks that, of course, went in and I don't know even know what you would do there, throw the dice around or something. Mainly I just went to the buffet, which was mediocre at best. So I can't really recommend Biloxi for a vacation unless you really love gambling. So anyway, that's day 3. Day 4 we got on the bus and we moseyed on over to New Orleans, which was our final destination. And that first day we arrived there pretty early. The trip from Biloxi to New Orleans is not that long. So we went there, had a little issue, sorting out my hotel room, but that's all right. So it all got sorted. And all of the buses from around the country converged in New Orleans and basically took over the Hotel Indigo there. The lobby was entirely packed. There's probably like 200 people there. It was nuts. So got the hotel room all sorted out, and that night we went to one of the incubator startup places in New Orleans. And basically every single team got up there and pitched. So I had a little bit of an issue with it because that was the only thing going on there. So basically you sat there for, an hour or two just listening to these unpolished pitches and business ideas. And, some of them are pretty good. Mostly, you kind of heard it on the bus before, if you know what I mean. I do kind of wish that they had some breakout sessions or something like that where, if you wanted to, you can sit and listen to all of the pitches. But, if you actually wanted to learn something about, like business startup or raising capital or something like that, like they have like a little class over here so you don't have to sit there and just get, bored out of your mind. But, it's still a great idea. So you're probably wondering how our team did. We didn't make it past the first day we didn't make it past this initial pitch session at the final destination here. And neither did the Polititrust. They also got bounced. But DadSack, as I'm sure you can imagine, made it through. And so there was actually 2 parts to this. So there was the initial pitch, which is the whole team got up there and they picked one person at random to do the full pitch. And then they picked, whoever was the best pitcher could give the pitch. And then you answered some questions from the panel. And then after all that was done, which only took like 2 or 3 minutes, after all that was done, you would actually go over to the product evaluation panel where they would actually look at your product and, give you a thumbs up or thumbs down. DadSack, they actually had a full physical product, which is nuts. They assembled it in day 1. They had it mostly assembled. And, the catchphrase is pretty catchy and pretty engaging. So they made it past the first day. And they actually came in second, which definitely great work, guys. And I do keep in contact with everybody on Facebook and also the GroupMe thing. So if y'all are listening to this podcast episode, there's a lot of fun, guys, and don't be strangers. Send me some messages or something. So anyway, like I said, if you like being an entrepreneur, if you've been thinking about being an entrepreneur, it's a great boot camp to know what it takes to get stuff done. I've started up 2 or 3 businesses in my day, and it's definitely a good preparation for what's actually required. Would I do it again? Probably not. I'm almost 40 years old, and it was a little, by day 2, I'm like, oh man, all right, well, like where's the good food? I'm tired of looking at truck stops here. So anyway, I'm going to put links to StartupBus here in the show notes. So if you'd like to sign up for next year or keep track of what they're doing, just go to the show notes and check them out. Other than that, it was a lot of fun. And I still think Buddy Bunker is a great idea, and I have been kicking it around in my head. I know there's some rapid prototyping apps that are out there now, so yeah, you might see it come out soon. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, and if you had any questions about StartupBus or anything, just send me a message. hello@greatthingstb.com. And now, here is your fact. Did you know that the sweaters that Mr. Rogers wore on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood were actually knitted by his own mother? Today's episode is brought to you by Happiest Doulas. Hospital childbirth classes teach you how to be a good patient for them. Here in Tampa, the Happiest Doulas is an independently owned agency preparing soon-to-be parents with safe strategies for labor and delivery at the hospital. With a class taught by the Happiest Doulas, you'll learn how to advocate for yourself to get evidence-based care and reduce your C-section risk. Speaking of, have you checked the C-section rate at your hospital yet? Learn insider tips to access all available options for your baby's birthday and how to improve your overall satisfaction with the labor experience. Reserve your seats today in a group childbirth class or schedule a private in-home lesson to know what to expect on Labor Day. Save 5% off any class or in-home session with the code HAPPY5 at happiestdoulas.com. Hurry, demand is high and space is limited. Register now at happiestdoulas.com. That's happiest doulas, DOULAS, to save 5% off the fee of any newborn care class, private prenatal lesson, or group series. Again, that promo code is HAPPY5, HAPPY5. The Happiest Doulas, an experience of a lifetime. And we will have links to that as well as the promo code in the show notes. Alrighty, so again, my name is Kyle Sasser, and this is Great Things Tampa Bay. I'm also a local realtor and Tampa Bay native. If you would like to find your own great place in Tampa Bay, to live in, that is, I'd love to help you. You can reach me at Kyle, Kyle, at sassergroup.com, SASSERGROUP.com. And I do work both sides of the bay. I've lived from Plant City to Tampa to Brandon to St. Petersburg, so I'm happy to help you with your home all across the Tampa Bay area. So we also have a Great Things Tampa Bay app, so you can go on your App Store or Google Play, Apple iTunes, and there's a Great Things Tampa Bay app there. You can listen to all the episodes. We also have a handy map that shows you the closest great thing in Tampa Bay to you, which is a lot of fun. We're also doing events out and about in the Tampa Bay area. We do have some canoe and kayak trips coming up, and we will probably be doing, some fruit picking and other fun things around the Tampa Bay area. So be sure to check the website or the app for those and sign up on the app. Today, playing us out, we do have some music from Chris Starr, and this is Early Morning.
making love early morning, and she wants to make love to me. And I want to make sweet love to you. Oh, tell me that it feels so good, just being in love with you and only you. And she's a real fine lady, and she's a sexy kind of lady. And I'm gonna take my time, 'cause she's gonna blow my mind. Making love early morning, lady. And she's a sexy kind of crazy, yeah. And I'm gonna make her mine, 'cause she's gonna blow my mind. Making love early morning, and she wants to make love to me. And I want to make sweet love to you. Oh, tell me that it feels so good, just being in love with you and only you. And she's a real fine lady.
Hey, baby, how you doing? You wanna dance? You single tonight? I'm looking for somebody that we can go out and dance.
She's gonna blow my mind.
You looking real fine, baby. Why don't you come on and dance with me? We're gonna two-step. We're gonna get our two-step on, baby.
With this love early morning, step to the right, spin around and bring it down to and she's a sexy kind of lady, and I'm gonna take my time, spin around and bring it down to 'cause she's gonna blow my mind, making love